Hello and welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast. This is episode 167. On this show, we showcase gun reviews, gear, and anything else a gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. I'm your host, Ryan Cross from the Firearms Radio Network, your source for broadcasts for shooters, hunters, and gun enthusiasts. This week, we got Chad, Rob, and Tony in the house. The couple days after Christmas. You guys survived the holidays?
Barely.
You barely
made it through.
Made it through.
I'll let you know how next week goes. We got New Year's to come, man.
Yeah, I got some pretty cool stuff, so I'm kind of happy. My wife got me everything I asked for, so I can't be upset.
What'd you get?
Just picked up some, the accessories that you normally wouldn't get yourself. Got a pretty cool book I posted up on Instagram today from Bill Jordan, no second place winner. He's an old-time trainer from back in the day, Border Patrol guy. And a lot of the stuff that modern trainers use and the methods and everything else, they're built upon stuff he wrote about in 1965. I thought that was cool as a gun geek. And then I just got like targets and gun cleaning stuff and just more stuff for the gunny.
Cool.
Oh, and a subscription to Sportsman's Guide. Because they have really great ammo prices and stuff like that with free shipping if you're a member.
Nice.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Chad?
Let's see. I got a gift card for Sportsman's Warehouse. Let's see. I got some gun cleaning stuff. The usual. That's pretty much about it. I mean, we didn't go all huge and everything, so we got my son a PlayStation 4, so I guess I'll have to buy Battlefield 1 or something so I can play it.
And yell at it because it's historically incorrect as you remember it? Yep.
Well, I'll just yell at it anyway because it's a video game.
I remember that, and that was wrong.
That's 100% wrong.
That's wrong. Dirty bullshit.
Jeez. Some people these days. Oh, but yeah, that's pretty much about all I did. Christmas with the family, the usual. So nothing else fantastic in guns. So didn't even go shooting.
Yeah, our range closed for the whole Christmas holiday. And
ours
closed
is open.
again. Oh, really?
Yeah, ours is open 365. So
wow. Yeah, I was closed for the holiday. It's going to be closed next weekend too. But hey, it's going to be open for the 8th when we have our class there. So that should be cool.
Well, that's good.
A meetup, all it is a meetup. Just have fun at the range on January 8th at Fort Dix. Going to have some hot chocolate. Just come out, shoot all your Christmas stuff, bring your cool stuff. That's all. Hang out. We'll give out the class schedule for 2017, but other than that, it's just hanging out with people at the range. I think it sounds
That's always
cool.
Fun. Yeah.
You're invited,
Cool.
Ryan.
If I start walking now, will I get there in time?
Yeah.
You might get down here in time, but
Yeah. How about you, Rob? How was your Christmas?
It was great. I got to spend time with the family, loved ones, all that good stuff. Let's see, I didn't get anything firearms related, but I did get a couple bottles of scotch, and I got a new house, and I got a bunch of pieces of paper with pictures of Ben Franklin on them. So that was always nice to get that.
How the hell they fit a house in a stocking?
It was a really, really big stocking. That stocking we reviewed last night, it was a really, 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 really big version of that stocking.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
that's great, though.
Yeah, cool.
Phenomenal, man.
I did all right myself. Just had 4 Christmas parties to go to, just between my family, my extended family, and then my fiance's family and her extended family. So kind of really tiring, actually. We play the games and whatnot. I almost got I'm basically just every year at Christmas I try and collect as much Cabela's gift cards as I can, and during the gift exchange, I had one stolen from me, so I had to pick something else from the pile. So I ended up picking up a bunch of bottles, some little mini liquor bottles, so soothe my sorrows.
Yeah, at least you can get drunk now.
Yeah. But I went to Cabela's today to look for something that I want, and I'm kind of hemming and hawing over what it is I want to do next. And I found some great guns that I thought like my fiance would want. You know, the Glock 43 at a good price, Ruger American Compact and 243 at an okay price. So she just wasn't really biting, and I sure as hell wasn't going to buy it for her because, you know, I wanted to spend my money on me and not her. So I'm like, hey, sweetie, they got this gun. It would be really good for you. Oh, cool. Are you going to get it? No, that's your deal.
I said good for you. Good for you.
If you're serious about hunting, you pick it up for yourself. Otherwise, yeah, at least not this year. I did find a Ruger number 1 that my buddy was looking for. Single shot 30-06. Why would he want that? I'm not quite sure, but he's been looking for one, so he picked it up. It was over $1,300. So I was like, oh, I'm so happy I could help you out. And that's usually what I do is I go to gun shops and I just text people, hey, you know that thing you're looking for? I'm looking at right at it. And I don't really buy myself anything. That's kind of what my new habit is. I don't buy things. I just convince other people to buy things.
Yeah, you know, I've had that problem before too. You'll go there, you'll see something, you'll be like, oh yeah, so and so wants that. Guess I better text them and tell them they got one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to buy myself something to kind of break that, get back in the groove. I think I really want a lever action that I can suppress. That's kind of my new thing. Is I'm looking at either getting like a mare's leg and SBRing it, putting a longer stock on it. Or getting a Henry big boy carbine and getting the barrel threaded. That's kind of what I'm interested in right now.
You can't really go wrong either way.
No.
The only thing is a Marlin 1894, or I can load from the receiver, whereas a Henry, I have to take the suppressor off to load it.
Yeah, forget about that.
The big thing. Yeah.
You're leaving out the Rossi.
Oh yeah,
Rossi sells mare's legs too, bro.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant by, you know, going that route and then SBRing it so I can put an actual stock on it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because Rossi has the Winchester type loading too. So
Yeah.
you can get that, throw the stock on, thread it up. It'll be awesome. I can live vicariously through you because it's not happening in Jersey.
Yeah, well, I'm debating whether getting the 357-38 and then using my existing 9mm suppressor to shoot subsonic 38 specials through, or getting a 44 and then sometime in the future getting like an Osprey 45 can or a Revolution 45 can and then shooting 44 specials through it.
I wonder, I need to contact AAC and see if we can run 44 Magnum through their Tyrant 45. Probably not.
Probably not. It just depends on what the baffles are made out of and how it's constructed and what the pressure threshold is.
Can you hunt with rifle pistol caliber carbines in Oregon, Washington? Yeah?
Yeah, that's just modern firearm.
Okay, no, I'm just asking because, I mean, you could hunt with either 357 or 44.
Yeah.
But, you know, so...
Yeah, 44 would be a great brush gun.
Blacktail. Legalized hunting with suppressors, so double win.
Yeah. Yep. So heck, kind of made it easy for you, man. Get a 44.
Yeah, go big bore. Well, I'm thinking about that because I only have one 44 revolver, and I'm like, well, I need more guns that shoot 44 since I'm reloading for it. So
see, that would be ridiculous to anybody but gun people. You're talking to a guy that stumbled across a box marked 357 Magnum ammo, and I bought a 357 because I had the ammo for it.
Right.
Hey, you're talking to a guy who bought the wrong magazines for his dad's rifle. He took him back to the gun store and wound up buying a gun to go with the magazine. Okay?
Hey, depends on the gun, man. If those are SIG magazines, I can understand your thought process.
No, they were Sigma magazines.
Gun, and we're going to give you a really good price. Well, it'd be a shame for these magazines not to have a gun to go with them. Okay. I'll take it.
We're all broken.
Yep.
Oh, so we're all nuts.
That was my my thing on guns this week. So let's get into the announcements real quick. Patriot Patch Co. want to thank everybody for buying from us for Christmas and giving Patriot Patch stuff to your loved ones as Christmas gifts. We really appreciate everyone's support. So for pre-orders right now, we have the World War II pinup 3-pack. I had to add sunglasses to all 3 women because of some manufacturing issues, but now they're all styling in aviator sunglasses. So we got Nancy 1911, Tina Thompson, and M1 Mary. You have 3 patches for $29. So you can jump on that pre-order now, and those should be fulfilling soon. And then the new patch of the month for January is the New Year's resolution ammo can. So it's an ammo can with some linked 223 coming out of it, and it says New Year's resolutions: buy more guns, check; shoot more ammo, check; eat more bacon, check. And then there's an empty checkbox for you to write in your own resolution, if that's buy more patches or make more money or no more ex-wives. Whatever your new resolution is, you can write that down on the patch using a felt tip marker, and then you can wear it in style. So $15 to join the Patch of the Month Club, and then every month you get a patch that's exclusive as well as a matching vinyl sticker. So other than that, Jake did send me what the new 1911 cleaning mat looks like.
Yeah, I got mine in the other day. It looks sharp.
Yeah, just beautiful. Very proud of it.
What's the cutoff date for joining the Patch of the Month Club, or is there one?
He tries to ship on the 19th of every month.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to join before January 19th, I think you'd still be locked into getting the January one. If you run into like the last week of the month, it probably just you might miss out, and you just get the next month's patch.
Well, because you still got to order them from the manufacturer to have made and stuff, right? It's got to be a lead time for that. Yeah.
Right. So, and when we actually try and do a sold out so that you're unable to join the club after they've been sold out for that month until we're ready to release the new design for the next month. And I already have February's design knocked out, so look forward to that. What'd you say?
I said you can, if you're too late, you can join. It'll just reflect the next month, right?
Right. So, anyway, so that's the Patriot. What's going on with Patriot Patch right now? We do have some new shirts also that have patch panels built in or sewn onto the sleeve. So that only makes sense if you're not a guy that wears tactical hats all the time. You can still get like a T-shirt or a sweatshirt from us that you can wear a patch on the sleeve. So we've got the Freedom Switch sweatshirt, and we've also got the Freedom Switch like Huckleberry edition with a patch panel on there, and the Rock Paper Scissors Buckshot black T-shirt also has a patch panel on there too. So those are on the website if you want to get a hold of a shirt that's got a Velcro panel on the sleeve. And moving on to the pledge program for the Firearms Radio Network. If you want to pledge any kind of support monetarily to this podcast or any of your other favorite podcasts on the Firearms Radio Network, go to firearmsradio.tv/pledge, and then you can donate any kind of money to your favorite podcast. And the more you donate, the bigger the prize you get in return from Patriot Patch Co. And then Black Bag Resources has a coupon code that's still going for $5 off either the Quick Clock Trauma Pack or the Rapid Response Trauma Pack. You got to enter the coupon code Big Papa. That's BIGPOPPA. And that'll get you $5 off either one of those packs. And that's
Do it again. Say it again.
BIGPOPPA.
There you go.
There you go.
And then there's another coupon code. Simon Says Train for free shipping on any order that'll be donated directly to Tony. And the second is for everyone. Diversity Shoots group. What Tony talks about every week.
I'm listening to it. You added an extra word. It's just diversity shoot. Yeah, diversity shoot group.
Diversify.
Yep.
And then check out the Gun Collective store for some swag that Patriot Patch designed and is fulfilling. And every $5 you spend gets you an entry into his contests. So check out that at tgcgear.com.
Hey, I got one. You know that, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, dude. It's pretty much a quality shirt. I didn't expect something to really fit like it did, including the longer sleeves, which is really cool. Because once you get past average, it's really hard to find clothes. And once you get way up into the big numbers, like me with a 5X, it's extremely difficult to find anything that fits like it says it should. And that did. I haven't watched it yet, though. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know how much it'll shrink.
Yeah, me and Jake have a really high standard when it comes to clothing, and so we really don't want to, put our designs on anything that's garbage. I just got in some of those sweatshirts, the Freedom Switch sweatshirts. I got kind of one for every member of my family, plus myself, and they're really soft. Before you wash them, after a while they start to get a little bit more hard on the inside or abrasive. But there's nothing beats that new sweatshirt feeling.
Yep.
And the best part about Tony wearing them is it's almost, a free walking billboard for you.
Yes, I am rather large, and yes, people do understand when I take a photo and post it up, it's like a billboard.
Yeah. When Tony asked me to sign his shirts, I actually get a stencil out and some Krylon.
That's just rude.
What was that World War I comment?
Whatever, Grandpappy.
All right, so them's the announcements. Now we're going to get into the product review, and Chad has one this week.
Well, yeah, somebody's got to keep this place going. So, I got a review. Today we have from Black Iron Holsters. It is their Ally inside the waistband holster. So, I'll kind of explain it. It looks a little different than most of them, but it's kind of, it's very comfortable. I will say that. I don't really know exactly how to describe this thing, but it is kind of, think hybrid holster kind of on steroids. It's kind of a good thing. It has, first thing I noticed, it's got a padded back, kind of, I guess, a la stealth gear kind of style. So that's the side that, that's the inside that rides against your body. The padding isn't an Under Armour moisture wicking fabric, and it's sewn over some sort of perforated padding. And then they mount it to the core, which is Kydex. And it's said to pull sweat away from the body for a cooler, drier holster. I didn't seem to notice if I sweated anymore or not. I did have this holster when it was hot also. So, there's that. It did seem a little warmer than some other types, like, say, Kydex, which always seems to feel cold to me. It never seems to really warm up. So when they construct the holster, they use the above-mentioned padding with some extras. They call it their C-Pack system, and the C-Pack adds in, it's a flexible core, so it's pretty flexible. And they do that, and it helps aid in the comfort of the holster, which it actually does. And the padding, which is basically on the back, which we said, the whole holster, except the padded backing, is wrapped in a Cordura nylon. And they say, and I actually believe this because it seems to not cause any problems, the Cordura wrapping reduces the effects of holster wear on the firearm. If you have had any use of Kydex holsters, eventually, even though they're plastic, they do tend to cause a little wear on the firearm itself. And this Cordura helps to give it something to rub on besides just the straight Kydex. They also sew a border around the whole kind of outside of the holster and also the front holster piece. It helps smooth out the edges so you don't catch it on anything. So It's got a large backing plate like your standard hybrid style holster that it's attached to, but it's wrapped in the Cordura. It's got a tension screw adjustment. I don't know if it'll focus or if you can actually see it. So you can adjust the tension to your preference. The backing on this supplied holster, which they actually sent me, has 3 holes in it for each of the clips, so you can mount them for cant, ride height, etc., etc. And also on the clips itself, let's see if I can pull one of these out and see it. It has 2 mounting holes, so you can adjust it even farther for your preference. It comes with supplied nylon clips for 1.5-inch belts. So that is nice. I actually like nylon clips because when I sit in a chair or something, they don't tend to wear out my shirts like metal ones. I did have a problem with the screws coming loose. I had to keep retightening them. So, of course, in my case, I tried to put Loctite on them. And because I got too much on them, I got a bunch on the plastic. And what happens to nylon when you get Loctite on it? It gets brittle. So, of course, I broke one of the clips and down by where it mounts. And I was just going to grab another one that I have laying around, but I sent them an email and they said, oh yeah, that can happen with the Loctite and the Kydex or the nylon. And they just FedExed me out a couple new ones. So they got a big +1 for customer service there. I mean, literally in a couple days I had it back. So aside from being very comfortable, it's also very functional. There's very little break-in time I noticed with it. I'd say about 2 to 3 days. After that, I didn't really even notice it. One of the features of the Ally is the holster mouth, because it has a Kydex backing and a Kydex shell. It doesn't collapse like a lot of the hybrid holsters do. So you don't have to worry about reholstering, trying to open the holster or something to that effect. That's a big plus on it. Now, the pistol felt a little strange when you reholster it. At first, it feels kind of more like a leather holster with this, Cordura coating on it. But it still has a smooth draw, smooth holster. It doesn't like to click in like your typical Kydex holster. When you holster them, you kind of feel them click in or hear it. So there's that. You can't really notice it when you're wearing it. It's got a pretty smooth profile. Because of all the padding and everything, I did notice that it sticks out a little bit more than some other holsters, hybrid styles I've used. But like I said, because it's kind of a smooth profile, you don't even notice it. I usually wear it with a t-shirt thrown over it, and it works well that way. So you can get it in 4 different fabric colors, which will go on to the Firearms Insider 8 key points now, because pretty much everything else is explained in there. Claim to fame: soft, comfortable, inside the waistband Kydex holster. Target market is probably concealed carriers, would be my biggest guess. Features and benefits is their CPAC backing, the Cordura wrapped. It is hand washable with just soap and water. If it gets really dirty, you can wash it. It's custom made for each individual firearm. It comes with 1.5-inch clips. It's adjustable for ride height, cant. It is tension adjustable. It is somewhat breathable. It's flexible. The screws and little metal pieces are Cerakoted, so they tend to wear a little better and not rust like just plain screws do. It is made in the USA. So the other options available, you can get it in Coyote, tan, multicam, or multicam black. And we'll skip over what others are saying. I couldn't find any other reviews on the internet for this particular holster, so I didn't include any. The price point, it is $79.95, and I do believe that is to your door. The only place you can get it's Black Iron Holsters. So for our rating, the pros, it's comfortable. The holster mouth stays open. It's flexible, has adjustable retention. It is tuckable, so if you like holsters that can do that. Has adjustable ride height, cant. And for the same price, it's pretty much for whatever options you want. They have tons of different firearm options. So there is always that. I don't know if they have a high point for Tony, but you know,
I always
have some other stuff. But they also have a bunch of different models for a bunch of different lights and lasers. So that's a big pro. So the cons, the sewing of the fabric looked pretty poor. Some of the pictures in the review, you can see it. It's like they're not really straight, and it kind of goes over itself here and there. So it's kind of, it's slightly thicker also. And another con is the clips came loose. So maybe if they supplied some pre-thread locked screws, that might help. So for the score, I gave it a 7.5, which is good because it is quite comfortable. They do give tons of firearms options. So that's always a big plus when you have some oddball firearm. And I think that's about it for the quick holster review.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures of it. Man, you were right. That stitching looks atrocious.
It works and it doesn't come off or anything. It just, good thing it's an inside the waistband holster.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it going like, wow.
It's like I won any fashion awards.
Yeah, I mean, really, it looks like, they ran off the edge of it and just said, oh, well, it's inside the waistband holster. Jump back on it and did it again.
Yeah. But, like I said, it has some advantages with the models and, comfort, and the soft backing was, I was pretty impressed with that, but.
Okay. I mean, look, looks really a very small part of it, but I'm just thinking about at the price point they were asking, and for it to look sloppy is not cool.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was. That's why I mentioned it. And, like I said, mentioned the photos in the review because, you can look at it and it's like, okay.
That's just an $80 holster. Is this an $80 quality holster?
Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't look like a $80 holster.
Right. If you saw it sitting somewhere, you wouldn't. I don't think you would think that. I mean, you'd look at all the other features and say, yeah, okay, but that sewing, it's.
Well, unfortunately, looks are probably 9/10 of the way we buy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you look at it and go, does this holster look like it's $80? I'd probably give maybe $30 for it.
Okay, because I was going at least $20 cheaper than what they were asking. It just
I was thinking maybe 50.
Yeah.
So you were thinking 60. So yeah.
I'm like, just get your game up with the stitching, man. I mean, I know Ryan does. I mean, though, when you get your patches and everything, and if it looks like garbage, you're like, yeah, I'm not accepting this.
Yeah. Yeah. If they look like garbage, they go in the $5 patch piles where Jake sells them off for as
scratch and dent sale.
And I mean, really, seriously, $79 for a Kydex. I mean, all their stuff is $79.95, and I'm looking at it going, I can get something made by the custom dude that lives up the road for me at this point, and it looks better than that. I mean, I'm just saying. This is a buyer's market at this point. And you really need to, if you're going to ask that price, you better be at least the equivalent of everybody else's price at $79.95, because we got alien gear out there and you can get two for that price.
Yeah.
You got stealth gear. I mean, how many holster reviews do we do on this channel? Like almost weekly.
Lots. Yeah. But it doesn't look like they list a high point for you, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Quality high point holsters come from places like Phobos at this point. Hey, listen, you can laugh, but Galco sells a high point holster.
Yeah.
Shut up. Yeah, you got to get your stuff together, company. Your QC is off.
All right. Well, thanks for that review.
Oh yeah.
So moving on, we got two products we're going to talk about this week.
Hey, Ryan?
First, what's up?
Yeah, last week we reviewed that M&P 2.0.
Yeah,
It looks like it's already been pulled from the Academy website.
probably because Smith & Wesson said, "Hey, we're not ready yet."
It's not released yet, guys.
Oh yeah, they totally dorked up, and that was Smith & Wesson going, "Hey, that's SHOT Show stuff, stupid."
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
No, Smith & Wesson went, "Who do you think we are, Ruger?" Ruger just does not care. They're like, "No, we don't care about SHOT Show. Watch this." A week before SHOT Show, look what we released.
Right. So we talked about it when we talked about the new Ruger Mark IV and how it was basically everything we wish the Mark III was, as far as easy to take apart and clean, because 22 long rifle can be dirty, especially when suppressed. You get all that blowback and the carbon buildup. And the Mark III is one of those legend or infamous pistols that just taking it apart, there's so many steps involved. You hold it upside down, hold it right side up, pull the trigger, stand on 1 foot, sacrifice some kind of livestock. It was pretty bad. I never clean mine just because of that reason. I mean, I run a bore snake through it and kind of just spray the heck out of it with the rem oil, and that's about it, because I've already had to take it to a gunsmith once because I missed a step and I bent something trying to get it back together. So Ruger's, obviously they've made the Mark IV, which is much easier to take apart. It's just one button and the upper separates from the lower. And we had talked about, hey, I wonder how long it's going to take them for them to come up with some other models, like a threaded version. Then I'll be interested. Well, guess what? Now they have a light that is threaded. So the light models, obviously they've got that really lightweight aluminum upper, and there's often lightning cuts or ports to lighten it even further. So they finally have one. So $559 is the MSRP. It's called the Ruger Mark IV 2245 Light, and it has kind of like almost a copper finish to the upper. And it's got a threaded barrel on there, and it's even got a really nice Picatinny rail in between. It almost spans the full distance between the rear sight and the front dovetail. I'm sorry, the rear sight and the front blade. So yeah, it's just like a Ruger Mark IV, I guess, standard 10-round magazine, all the good stuff. The kind of remastered controls that are on there, no longer the push button kind of the old Mark III. In fact, they're discontinuing the Mark IIIs, is what I read.
That was my understanding.
So
Yes, they are.
All Mark IIIs are now collector's items, right?
Oh, just stop.
Yeah.
They're collector's
No,
items
they're
like Mosins.
collector's items for people like jigsaw puzzles.
No, they're collector's items like Mosins are collector's items. Yeah, there's only millions of them out there.
Yeah.
It's like when Smith & Wesson stops producing the Gen 1 of the M&P. That's going to be a collector's item too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm buying one cheap. I don't even want one, and I'm getting one if the price is right.
So, I mean, I think this is definitely exactly what Ruger needs to keep doing, is not making people wait for additional options. Oh, hey, this is awesome. It'd be great if it was threaded. And then, a year later, 2 years later, somebody offers an aftermarket accessory. They come out right out the gate. Good timing with SHOT Show coming up. Obviously, they have their own suppressor now, so it makes sense to thread every 22 pistol that they produce.
I think Ruger's hyper aware of the fact that every year we have millions of more people buy guns. Every year since pretty much Obama's been in the White House, the number has gone higher and higher of firearms owners, new firearms owners, and you don't make these people wait. This is a whole new generation of Amazon Prime purchasing people.
These millennials and their instant gratification.
Hey, listen, you got to. Yes, instant gratification is not just millennials. I got money. Shut up and take my money. So why slow down? Plus, they have the machining now, with CNC machines and stuff, so they can create this stuff in CAD designs. I mean, everything's a lot quicker than it used to be.
Well, they've got those instant prototype machines. You can do from a CAD to a prototype in a couple hours, you know?
Exactly. I mean, remember in the 90s, man, they'd announce something was coming out at SHOT Show, and you won't see it until the SHOT Show of the next year. They have something.
Yeah, back in those days, you actually had to go to a lathe and turn the darn thing on a lathe. Now it's like CNC, beep, 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 beep. You know, an hour later, okay, here's the gun.
Plus, they already have the winning designs out there. I mean, it's like, everything you made in Mark III that sold well, make that in Mark IV.
Oh, basically, all they did is they took the Mark III lower and put a different upper on it. Or they took the Mark IV lower and put a different upper on it. That's all they did. They just put a Mark IV up, a Mark III upper on the Mark IV lower. I mean,
well, didn't they just do everything Tactical Solutions did and painted a different color?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know the Mark III, I think it comes in about 3 or 4 different colors, this particular version. And I wanted one to go with my suppressor, but I said, I don't want another daggone Mark III pistol. Those things are pain in the butt to clean. Now they got the Mark IV. Now they got, and that's why I didn't buy one when it first came out. I said, I'll wait till they come out with the threaded barrel. Now they got the threaded barrel. I think when this hits my gun store, I'm going to pick one up. Just because I want one.
Yeah, I had the same. We had this conversation before we came on air. Yeah, the reason I own a Ruger SR22 semi-automatic pistol is because I didn't want to go through the trouble trying to tear apart a Mark III or 2245, again, Mark III version. I just did not want that in my life. And now that they have this, I really, and if they make that really cool blue one, you've seen the anodized blue one they made the Mark III in, 2245. My wife saw that and she said, if you buy me that, I'll go out shooting again.
Oh, dude, you get the blue one.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I think they do one in bronze, blue, and I want to say like a red or purple color.
Red. It was red.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a green one too. I think it was a Cabela's exclusive.
Okay.
And now the porting on this is just, I think, in the shroud. I don't think the porting goes all the way through to the barrel because there's really no sense of porting it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's just to lighten up a little bit of that muzzle weight.
I mean,
really.
Especially if you're going to be hanging a can at the end of it, that'll add extra weight. So lighten up what you can. But I can't wait till it gets in. I want one.
Yeah, I'm more excited about this than I am about the M&P. Was it M2.0?
M&P 2.0.
Yeah.
So not to avoid confusion, it is different frame-wise from the first Mark IVs, the classic, the competition, and the hunter being a 2245. It's basically they took the Mark III 2245s and they upgraded those with the new hinge and the easier to take apart technology. And so it's got a much more 1911-esque grip angle. It's almost got identical 1911 grip panels on both sides. So it is different from the other Mark IVs aesthetically as well as ergonomically. This tends to be a little bit more of the popular tactical model, like, oh, it's like a little 1911 except, different slide, but,
Yeah, I mean, that's why they developed it. Everything was in the same location. I don't know. I really want one. I want a hunter too. I've always wanted a hunter, but again, same reason. It's quite complicated.
Mm-hmm.
What version do you have?
With a threaded barrel. They probably won't, but that'd be cool if they did.
Hey, that's some gunsmithing stuff right there, buddy.
So cool. Looking forward to seeing that hit the shelves. And now we're going to talk about a pretty cool AR-15 stock accessory that is kind of a little bit unique and solves an issue that AR-15's kind of been plagued with for a while, but kind of on the fence whether you really need to do it or not. This is from Deadfoot Arms, and it's called the Modified Cycle System. And what it is it's a replacement bolt carrier group and some springs, and it basically allows you to have a folding stock, but wait for it, a folding stock that you can still fire when the stock is folded alongside the receiver. So there are, like the Law folding adapter for ARs, but because of the buffer tube, you could not fire unless the buffer tube was aligned with the bolt carrier group. So now they've modified the bolt carrier group. They've got some springs in there, and there's a little bit of a shorter tube, like a nub that comes out the back. But it's able to cycle and fire normally, whether it's got a folded stock or it's fully extended. So the stock that they use is called the T-Rex. So it's kind of a really lightweight, minimalistic stock, kind of a lot like the was that the Ace?
Oh, it's got to be some Magpul stock.
Right, but you could also use any other stock, even if you wanted to use like a folding pistol brace. So if you wanted to keep your pistol legal, not an SBR, and keep that brace on there, that folding brace, that the things we do.
Yeah.
So the MSRP is between $399 and $525, depending on what exactly configuration that you want. But this, if you're looking for a folding stock that's more functional than anything else on the market, this just might be the solution for you. It's available in calibers from 9mm to just common rifle calibers, 223. I'm assuming 300 blackout as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys? You guys take a look at the video. They've got a kind of a skeletonized, what do they call that? A cross section video where they show how it works internally.
Look, it's cool that they can do it, but I mean, how much room does your AR take up? If you really want to break it down, separate the upper and the lower. But I can't fire it, in that configuration. But stop with your, Call of Duty fantasies. You're not going to be firing it in the folded position anyway. What emergency are you having to fire your rifle folded? Stop it. And also the thing,
fire it with the stock folded, yeah, because it folds over the trigger grip.
Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff.
Well,
also,
you had MSRP.
MSRP is kind of silly too. It's a little overpriced, and everything is unique. It's proprietary. The bolt's proprietary. The spring's proprietary. It's like, so no. I'm not saying everything has to be mil spec, but it has to be stuff I can find from someone besides Deadfoot Arms or whatever the company is.
I'm gonna start calling you Grandpa Stoner from on now.
No, just I love how the industry somehow bounces between, if it ain't mil spec, it ain't crap, to I gotta have the latest and the greatest and the something someone made up that's only a one-off. Well, which one is it? I mean, it doesn't have to be one or the other, but come on, man. For that much money?
Well, some people are just really thirsty for any kind of innovative, cool product they can slap on their AR-15 that they've dumped 500% more funds into than what they bought the thing off the shelf. Some people really want a folding AR stock, so you know.
For the amount of money you can get this folding AR stock for, you can get an AK underfolder.
Buy a Scar.
Buy a Scar.
Yeah. The big advantage I can see with this is they do make a right and a left side folding. So depending on which way you want it to fold, if you fold it to the left, you can at least still probably fire the gun if you're right-handed.
Well, it depends on what stock you're using. If you're using their T-Rex stock, it looks like it clears the trigger guard.
Yeah.
Almost coming out completely to the magwell. So it shouldn't matter whether you have the left or right hand side. But if you were to use a different stock, somebody else's stock, then yeah, it could hinder you getting your trigger finger all the way in there.
Yeah, like a SIG brace might hinder it.
Yeah.
So any of the stock, that T-Rex stock would be real hard to shoot. Folded.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I think people that are building, small PDWs style, like 9mm, they really want something like this where you could fold it up and put it in something inconspicuous, like a very small personal duffel bag or like a camera case.
Options are always great. I mean, options are always great, but not for me. Not this one. I mean,
I have 3 words for you: short-barreled rifle.
Short barrel rifle is one. Hey, that Roni that the Israelis make? I think it's Fab Industries. You drop your Glock into it, gives it a buttstock, turns it into an SBR. Well, now they have a Roni with the SIG brace on it now, so it's still a pistol. I'm just saying. Now you have something that's a pistol that you can just take off, drop it in this, and all of a sudden you have an SBR. I mean, sorry, a pistol with a SIG brace on it.
Which you can shoot supported from any body part on your body except your shoulder. If you wanted to shoot it off of your butt cheek, perfectly legal. Put it on your shoulder, wrong.
I love the fact that the ATF's first letter totally made sense, that you misusing something doesn't make it something else. And then they went, wait a minute, these guys are really having too much fun with this. Not possible.
Yeah.
You can put it in the middle of your chest.
Interpret the reinterpretation and go back to the normal way.
Yeah, you can put it in the middle of your chest, but you can't bring it over to your shoulder. You can put it in the middle of your forehead, but you can't bring it over to your shoulder.
So if you have armor plate, like if you have a plate carrier, and can you put it on the plate on your shoulder?
See, you're gonna be cute and go to jail.
No, see, they need something cantilever that mounts to your belt and then goes up to your shoulder. However, it still doesn't touch your shoulder.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Jeez, the cantilever mount would cost more than a tax stamp.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
right.
I mean, I can see a lot of people that already have something like a takedown AR. I mean, all ARs are takedown, let's be honest. But, if you had the Dolos barrel and handguard group where you could quickly snap it apart. And if you really want this thing to fit in like the smallest like Pelican case or, like I said, tennis racket bag or anything like that, I mean, it's kind of the market you're going for. If you actually use your firearm for part of your job and you're wanting to get in and out of vehicles and having that folding stock is nice. I mean, let's face it, AK guys with that Magpul Zukov, they really enjoy it, and you could still fire it with that stock on there. So there is a market that desires folding stocks. It's just one of the things about the AR-15 and how that bolt carrier group has to go all the way into that receiver extension kind of hindered that. So I kind of agree with you. I'm certainly not going to go out and buy this thing when I can think of a lot of things I'd rather spend $400, $500 on, like ammo and training.
Yeah.
It's like,
again, it's fun. I'm glad people come up with new stuff. I'm just not going to buy it.
Right.
Yeah. And the other thing is you kind of lose the ability just to pop an upper off and put a new one on. I don't know if you saw the video. You kind of have to push it and slide it forward so the spring buffer thing comes out. And
the disassembly process is a little bit more sloppier. I think I watched one of the videos they have on their website is from Crucible Arms, and he's taken apart on a little benchtop review, and it did look a little bit more clumsy. Granted, he was trying to record at the same time, so that could explain that. But if you really like the way your AR-15 just two pins and comes apart the two receivers, and you don't want to hinder that or complicate that at all, then you'd probably want to steer clear of this.
Yes.
Yeah, that was something else that I saw that was like, this doesn't. It's not selling itself to me as something that's hassle-free. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, it's like, all right, I got to have this. I got to figure out which way, left or right. I get to choose where it's going to fold. It doesn't use regular parts. It uses a different bolt carrier group. It uses a different buffer. It uses different buffer springs. Actually, 2 sets of buffer springs. No. No.
Yeah.
But if they'd like us to actually put it on and review it, we'd be more than happy to give it a try. Right, Chad?
Oh, sure. If they ever contact us.
Well, listen, a lot of stuff doesn't look like a good idea until you get your hands on it. I mean, hey, I was goofing mightily on the Saint from Springfield Arms until I put a couple hundred rounds through it, and I went, it's pretty good in AR. I mean, you have to touch something. You have to figure it out, because the description in the video I saw did not do anything for me. Of course, I live in a stupid socialist state of New Jersey, or communist state of New Jersey, so I couldn't have one anyway. So that really blows too.
Should we start crying now for Tony? Or?
No, you should start crying because you're old, geezer, and you're about to see another New Year go by.
You speak the truth.
Give us Carrie Fisher back and take Chad.
They don't want Chad. God went to high school with Chad. He's glad he gone.
No, I thought Moses went to high school with Chad.
No, Moses didn't go. Well, Moses was in the high school with Chad. Chad was a teacher.
He went to college.
Hey, Chad gave Kane the rock that he hit Abel with.
Sad was the FFL that Kane got the rock from.
They didn't have guns yet. I shipped it through the internet too.
Yeah. Don't get that rock here. This one's black. It's more tactical. Use this.
More tactical.
Use this one. Yeah.
This rock has a Picatinny rail on it.
All right.
And a shoulder thing. And a shoulder thing that goes up.
Yeah.
We having too much fun now.
So, moving on. We don't have any listener feedback, but I'm sure we're gonna get some soon. So now I'm gonna leave the mic to what's his name? Tony. to talk about the second is for everyone diversification shooting events for everyone.
Man, you do one show outside the network, and all of a sudden they forget your name. Second, what? Second is diversity. Shut up. This is my spot. Now we get serious. Second.
Now we get serious.
Yes, very serious. Midget Wrangler. Second is for everyone diversity shoot. Coming up on February 2nd, 6 p.m., Gun for Hire Range in Woodland Park, New Jersey. It's again where I spit in the eye of anti-civil rights politicians and blow up all their stupid stereotypes about what a gun owner is. Everybody, regardless of your background, regardless of your race, regardless of anything other than outside of a criminal record, come out, have fun. At the Second is for Everyone shoot. We're going to have a couple of different pro-gun groups out there. They can talk to you, tell you what they actually do. If you want to yell at the guy from the NRA-ILA, he'll be there, and he'll probably shut you down because anything you said, he's heard before. I'm going to have a bunch of cool prizes, a lot of stuff from Patriot Patch Company, including a really cool AK cleaning mat that's going to be given away. Cool raffle prizes, free swag, pizza, drinks, guns. It's going to be awesome. Come out, check it out on diversityshoot.com if you want to help me out. You can donate. I have a donate button on there. If you have any questions, send me an email through diversityshoot.com. Check me out at Simon Says Train on Instagram and Facebook. And also you can look at The Second is for Everyone on Facebook also. So thank you, as always, every week. Really appreciate the work. And if you guys are out there and you're not political yet, or you're not belonging to a local Second Amendment group, join one, because politicians don't want you to pay attention. Make yourself aware so you can always keep them under your thumb. All right, that's my message. Happy New Year, everyone.
If you're not a Second Amendment group, what's wrong with you?
You're not a Second Amendment group. You're not really trying. So don't tell me you'll vote from the rooftops if you won't even vote from a ballot box.
Hey, Tony, now, for people to participate in Jersey, do they got to get a firearms owner ID card first, or can they just show up?
No, if you don't have a firearms owner ID card, you can show up and shoot anyway. You don't need one to rent firearms or even to have fun at the range. They tried to push that through 2 weeks ago. Overwhelming screams, yells, and gnashing of the teeth by people that are actually members of Second Amendment groups and put the word out over Facebook made them back off. That's why you have to join Second Amendment groups, because if you didn't even know about this. They were trying to sneak it by on a Monday morning. If you weren't part of a Second Amendment group on Friday, you wouldn't have heard about it. That's how sneaky those bastards are. They put it on the schedule Thursday, late in the afternoon. Our guys got it. We blasted it out all throughout Facebook. I went on Instagram. I put it everywhere. It ended up on gun channels. It ended up on We Like Shooting, Firearms Insider. Everybody took it and just spread it around the internet. People in Jersey reacted. They made phone calls, sent out emails. By Friday at 3 o'clock, they were like, yeah, we're pulling it off the schedule. And that only happened because people are in groups that got alerted. That's why it's important, no matter what state you're in, no matter how pro-gun it is, to be part of these groups, because no one says your politicians won't take a payoff from someone like Bloomberg to put a bill up. And if they pass in the middle of the night like they did in New York State 3 years ago with the new the New York Safe Act, they passed that at like midnight when no one was awake. That's why you got to stay on them. All right, I'm tired of talking about politics because I hate it. Let's talk about something else.
Cool. So actually, that's the end of the show. So send questions or comments to gunyourreview@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe and leave us an iTunes review. We really haven't gotten any iTunes reviews since like last May. So if you have something to constructive criticism, we are very open to that kind of thing. Or if you just want to pat us on the backs and thank us for doing a good job, let us know by leaving us an iTunes review. Check out all the other shows on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv, and be sure to visit the Firearms Insider for reviews and industry coverage. So that is the end of the show, and the last show of 2016.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Wow, I didn't even know that came about. That was a quick
Yeah,
year.
next week's a new year, guys.
Yep.
Hey, Chad, this is your
What?
7,000th year, dude. What did they call it before it was called Chinese food? Because I know you were around.
It was just called food.
Oh, okay.
So actually, why don't everyone gets to say a New Year's resolution and try and keep it gun related. I don't want to hear any of your weight loss problems for the new year. So I will start. For the new year, my resolution is to actually get into some kind of training. I've gone to the range enough, but you can only learn so much at the range, as Tony can tell you. So I'm going to see if I can hook up with somebody and take some classes in either medical or maybe some actual shooting while moving, kind of more tactical classes, instead of just standing at a bench and shooting at an unmoving and unreturning firing target.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go next, mainly because I want to. My thing for this year, even as a firearms trainer, or especially as a firearms trainer, is to take more firearms training. Also, I've stepped my medical up. We actually teach medical now. Simon Says Train, Black Bag Resources, hooked up with the doc, emergency room doc, and we're hosting classes now. It's going to be on the 2017 schedule of self-first aid, critical self-first aid. I'm also taking an Appleseed shoot, which is, if you don't know, look at appleseed.org. And it's really back to the basics, step-by-step, fundamental rifle accuracy training. And that's what I'm taking. And I'm also doing a tactical class with someone in 2017, because it's very important that I keep up on it, because I teach it. Never sit on your butt and just be that old dude still teaching people the sauce and cup and saucer pistol position when you're teaching them to do it. It's just annoying. Or like the bladed stance, one-handed with one hand on your hip, because that's the way you learned it in World War II. You know what I mean, right, Chad? So that's my New Year's resolution. More training.
I guess I can go now. Let's see. I don't make New Year's resolutions because that way I don't have to break them. But I would actually like to try to get into some medical training, because you never know when you're going to need it in Nevada for your kids.
Nice. Wow.
So, that's kind of up on the priority list.
Well, nothing will make it a priority by having your kid bleed all over you. I mean, really, it does bring things in perspective.
He was bleeding on everybody else.
I know to stay away from Dad. Dad will have no pity.
Yeah. That's like, don't bleed, just don't bleed on me and don't bleed in the car. Okay, we're good.
That's right. We're good. So
yeah.
There's that. Always shoot more, because, how else can you practice what you've learned if you can't actually go out and shoot?
True.
So that's probably about it.
Awesome.
Rob, you're up.
My turn.
Less midgets.
Well, I've already lost 40 pounds since May, so I don't have to worry about the New Year's resolution lose weight, because I'm doing that real good. I'm not big into New Year's resolutions because you never stick with them. So I'm just going to say that what I really like to do is take a specialized or like a one-on-one style training, because a lot of times you go to classes and you get maybe 15 to 20 people in the class and they can't get that one-on-one time with you. I'd like to work with an instructor and fine-tune my shooting skills. Maybe get like a small class with four or five people in there where you got more one-on-one time with the instructor.
That's why we try to keep our classes about 10 people, 5 people per instructor, for that reason.
I'm just picturing the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore making a pot together. Rob shooting and someone's right behind him, kind of, oh no, grip it like this.
Bend your legs more, nose over toes.
You can say that, Ryan.
Nose over toes. Bend forward a little bit more. That's right. You're gonna feel a little pressure. Hey, I got a couple names for you. I'll find out where you live, like close by, because I know a couple trainers down that way.
Oh dear God, I'll be so in trouble.
Oh, firearms trainers. Never mind, dude. I was thinking something totally different.
I thought you said something totally different. I'm sorry.
No. I know a couple guys down there that are some good trainers. I just don't know how big their classes are.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, everyone have a great week and a good New Year's Eve. Enjoy it responsibly, and I will catch you on the first episode of 2017.
See you next year, Felicia.
Yeah. No, Felicia was 2016. So
Oh.
bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Good night, Felicia.
See you.
Bye.